Hello, hello, hello. Today we are here. Varun and Yuvraj is taking a bit of a break. We are going to discuss the last game week of English Premier League. A lot of exciting results. This game week, I think, has a record for the most number of late goals ever in the EPL. So, so let's dive into it with the most favorite result of the neutrals, which is Brentford beating Man United 3-1. Varun, did you happen to catch the game?
I didn't catch the game, but I did see the highlights. And, I mean, I don't know. I mean, okay, what I would like to say to this is like, I think United had a great win against Chelsea, right? And then we were discussing this when we were watching the Liverpool game together. And so you have a great win against Chelsea, and then you have the entire week off. You have no midweek game, you have nothing. And it's like, and two relatively easier games versus Brentford and Sunderland, correct? And technically, as we were discussing, this was a great chance for United to win three games in a row and kind of ease the pressure that the team has on it, correct? So from that point of view, I think it was a massive opportunity missed. And given this backdrop, the way they started, the way they performed, and it wasn't even like, like it was like 1-0 where Brentford just kind of scored a late, smash and grab kind of a goal. Brentford actually dominated the game. So that kind of was a little disappointing. I feel it would be a little disappointing for United fans. Um, and also more that, finally after Chelsea game, all the things that were coming out of the press, the media, the ex-players was relatively positive. There was no pressure on the players after the Chelsea game. I think it was a great opportunity for them to follow up with a good result, where I think they missed the trick over here. So
Yeah, I completely agree. It's very disappointing for as a United fan to forget the result. Just the performance for me was more disappointing. Of course, the result is disappointing, but
yeah.
like normally this season we have started games very well. Like we've been on top, we've been aggressive in the press, but it was completely the opposite against Brentford. Uh, and we managed to pull one goal back against the run of play, and then we managed to get a penalty. Although I do believe that it was also a red card, but that is no excuse whatsoever. Uh, Bruno missed his second penalty this season already. Uh, so and then like the third goal was like a screamer from way outside the box against the run of, like against like United were pushing, and then in transition this happened. It's okay. Third goal is okay, but it's just uh, like so many individual errors are happening. Is It's very disappointing because these are experienced players who are making these errors. And like I believe now, if we are talking about transition, like I am all for Amorim. I want him to stay. I want to give him time. But I would like if he bloods in youngsters in this transition. Like, let's make it a proper transition where youngsters are bled into the team. They are given experience. They are given exposure because they are more likely to take tactics on board, newer tactics, newer systems on board than the older players. So, like, I would prefer if Euro plays every game. I would prefer if Aiden Heaven plays every game. There's this youngster in the United Academy called Bendito Mentato. I would prefer for him to play as right wing back. So these are players that I would like to see being given an opportunity at United, and just to see an actual transition happening. But but yeah, I think it's important to not get super excited when we win, like how many people were after Chelsea's win. And I think it's important to also not get super disappointed, although it was a very disappointing result. Like it is, this kind of thing is going to probably continue happening. It's a very, very inconsistent team. And I hope that the next one is going to be better.
So couple of things that I found a little surprising, right? Like
Hmm.
where um I am not sure about the couple of decisions that Amorim has made recently.
Hmm.
Where I, first of all, you know already that I don't
Hmm.
agree that
Bruno
um,
should play it.
Bruno should
Ah,
play in that midfield
ah.
position, right?
Hmm.
So I think that is a mistake. I think starting Maguire as a center of the three center backs, I think it's a mistake as well. Like he doesn't have the pace, right, to kind of be the last center back. Like
Hmm.
you have to play him at the right, and you have to play Delict in the middle, I feel. So I think that's another big error that he is making. And I don't know, like some of the substitutions are a little weird. It's by the end of the game, Mount is playing in a wing back position. It's a little all over the place, I feel. Um, I don't know. So this is something that I was listening to some of the people talk, where people have been saying in the background that he's already kind of given up on the project, and now he's waiting to be sacked rather than actually putting his own papers. I hope that's not the case,
No,
but
no. I think
I
it's
think
just like media circus, yeah. But like the Mount thing, I'm okay with because you're chasing the game. You just want to bring as many attacking players on field. Maguire, I think he just continued from the Chelsea game. Like we won the game, he was good against 10 men, so he just continued. But I agree with you that Maguire should not be the first choice centre back. I would have like Euro, Delic, and Heaven playing in the centre back positions. Uh, for this particular game, I would have preferred Menu instead of Ugarte in the six because like it's not a team like that's going to control the ball a lot. Brentford, they're going to work on transitions, and Menu can help United control the game because United had no control of the game. Like we did not slow the game down, we did not keep possession for long periods of time. It was just like all one way, the other way, one way, the other way, back and forth, and it played into the hands of them. But yeah, disappointing result, and hopefully against Sunderland we should be better. Sunderland, a team I think who has had the best new signing of the past summer transfer window, but we'll get to it when we get to their game. Yeah.
another thing I feel for United is that now they need to start. Every individual player needs to start showing some improvement in terms of tactical awareness, in terms of gameplay, because
Yeah.
now Amorim literally has like the whole week to work with these players, right? Like he has had the summer transfer window. He has had like enough time to actually now get the system through these players, right? Like,
Hmm.
so I think that is one another monitorable for everyone to see whether how this is kind of going to evolve from here. So
Agreed. Agreed. Agreed.
some kind of
100%.
improvement, I think, from a United fan perspective, should be visible.
100% agreed.
Uh,
And I would wish if Lamin starts playing in goal now, just to see what he can do. It's not like he can be any worse than what Bindale is doing. Although he was not like really bad, but you can't really go worse than that. So
on that point, I feel the third goal could have been saved.
yeah, it was true.
I mean, it was in the middle of the goal, yeah. Like I think he kind
Even the
of
second goal, like he pushed the save out to the player, like would have pushed it away.
correct.
So so yeah, I would prefer if Lamin starts playing. As I said, like if you're doing a transition, do a proper transition. Like give the
Correct.
young guys a chance to get experience. You know.
Correct.
So
Let's
yeah,
go to the next game,
which one
which
would you
is
like to discuss?
so Leeds Bournemouth was 2-2.
Hmm.
I didn't get a chance to see this game. Um,
Yeah, neither did I. I think we were just watching the Liverpool game together, and we saw the
yeah,
goals in the mid-game show.
correct,
Yeah,
correct, correct. But I mean,
but
great
I want to
opportunity.
highlight. Yeah, I just wanted to highlight the fact that it finally feels like the promoted teams are making a fist of it.
Correct,
Like, it's
correct,
not like they are rolling over backwards and just like being ready to get relegated again.
correct. Totally.
Yeah.
And Bournemouth actually in this game they scored a stoppage time goal.
Mhm.
So I mean, Leeds could have actually, in fact, come away with 3 points in this game, uh, which would have been really good for them.
True,
But
true.
yeah,
And
I mean,
Ellen Road is not an easy ground to go to. Like the atmosphere the fans create is pretty nice. Uh,
correct.
Even though it's a small ground with not so many people, but it's not an easy ground to visit. But yeah, kudos to Leeds to like manage to get a point out of Bournemouth.
Yeah, because Bournemouth is in good form, right? They were in
Yeah.
top four coming into this game, right?
Yes, yes,
So from that point of view, it was a great result for Leeds.
true.
Okay, the next game is the Chelsea Brighton. So our in-house Chelsea expert is not there today.
So
So
maybe we'll
Manas,
have some unbiased opinions today about Chelsea.
fair enough.
No, again, like all these games were running concurrently, and we were watching the Liverpool game. So I did not really see the game per se, but again, another red card for Chelsea, and then they go on to lose the game. Like against Brighton, you can expect that okay, if you are 1% down, then Brighton is going to run over you a bit because they are a team who plays quick football, fast football, and you need like they try to exploit different spaces, etc.
Correct.
So so yeah, yeah. I mean, I think Chelsea were leading when this happened, the red card,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken,
yeah,
and then Brighton just sort of could manage to like, grab the goals and coast to victory.
correct, correct, correct. And also, again, in this game, there were two stoppage time goals, right?
Mhm.
So it was 1-1 going into stoppage time, and then Brighton scored two goals.
Yeah.
And I mean, for me, I think shout out to Welbeck. So
Hmm.
Welbeck actually came in as a substitute in this game, right?
Hmm.
And then he kind of he did really well as a focal person. Brighton was actually targeting him with all the crosses and everything.
Hmm.
So I think he's in fact he scored a goal as well.
He scored
So
two goals.
did he? Oh, one goal.
Yeah, yeah, he scored two goals. He scored the
Yeah,
equalizer and the
Welbeck
third
scored
goal.
two goals. Correct.
Yeah,
So yeah. Um, so yeah, well done to him, man. Like
yeah.
it's
Towards the end of the window, United were linked to Welbeck.
क्या टाइम आ गया है.
Hey, Welbeck, is a United graduate, right?
I know. We signed
Yeah.
him from United, right? But
True, true, true. Arsenal ने sign किया था.
yeah,
Yeah, Welbeck makes great runs. Like he gets into
yeah,
very good positions. He just like is not a very good finisher.
yeah. But he was causing real
Yeah.
problem to Chelsea defense over
Mhm.
the weekend. So yeah, kind of a game changer for them
Yeah.
over the weekend. Next game, Man City and Burnley, which
So this
is
again, I would like to highlight that Burnley is a promoted team, and I think personally that in this game, it's just that Man City has better quality players that they could manage to win. If you see, until it was equal, uh, Burnley had really good opportunities to take the lead, score more. Like they were creating good positions for themselves. But then in the same situations, if you have City players instead of Burnley players, like if you have a Haaland who's taking that shot, it's more likely to go in than go out, right? So yeah, like all credit to Burnley. I think they were pretty good in this game. They just had to unfortunately like face a team which like much better individual talent than they have.
correct. In this game as well. So it's like two of the goals were own goals, all right.
Yeah.
So Man City, the first goal that Man City scored was a own goal, and then Burnley equalized before
Hmm.
halftime. So it was 1-1 going into halftime, and then Matthias Nunes scored the second goal, but the third goal again was an own
Hmm.
goal,
Hmm.
and then that was followed up with two really late goals in the 90th minute, and again another goal in extra time.
Hmm.
So it's not as if, so basically Burnley were in the game for a massive chunk of the
True.
period, right? Like it wasn't
True.
as if, like the scoreline kind of doesn't reflect.
Flatter.
Yeah, it flatters Man City significantly, I feel.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, it's good to see like the promoted teams be doing well. Yeah, it's making the league
correct.
more competitive,
Yeah,
and hopefully they will take some more points off Liverpool so that we have a competitive league on the at the top of the table as well.
correct, correct.
Which brings
But
us to
Haaland is going bonkers. Yeah? I mean, for whoever who doesn't have Haaland in the FPL right now, they would be having a tough time. Yeah,
they are playing a football that suits Haaland best, right?
yeah,
Like finally they are playing like fast football on transition. He gets a lot of balls to run into. Like
correct,
it's perfect for him. Now the team is tailored towards him. Like it's built around him rather
correct.
than him coming into a team and like being one part of it. Now the team is built for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so the next game is the I feel, according to me, the game of the day, that on Saturday, which was
Yeah.
Crystal Palace Liverpool.
I agree.
And so this is the game that me and Manan were watching together. And literally in the first half, Crystal Palace dominated Liverpool. So they scored a goal. Apart from that, Allison made three really, really good saves, and Mateta also hit the post.
Yeah.
So technically, in the first half, Palace could have been 4 or 5-0 up. Like, and that's not even like being, like, okay, overly generous to them, but they really
Yeah.
could have. The chances were great, right? So again, Allison, I mean, he did a great job. Nothing to take away from him. Those were like really magnificent scenes, yeah. And then so we were watching, and then around 80th minute or something, we left from Woodside, and then literally a couple of minutes or 2 3 minutes later, Liverpool scored the goal, and I was like, shit, dude, we should have just watched the entire game. So he should have seen Liverpool lose, and then just leaving in the middle was like a jinx, dude. But yeah, so I didn't, at that moment, I didn't see how Liverpool scored their goal. But
Hmm.
later, when I was looking at the highlights, it appeared as if Salah had actually handed the ball in that goal, which apparently should have been caught by VAR, but wasn't caught by VAR. So there was like a massive controversy in this game as well. Um, yeah, so at the time of the game, I wasn't kind of aware of this, and but I was just watching, and then man, if you remember, we were talking about Nketiah, him
Yeah.
signing for Crystal Palace,
Yeah.
right?
Record signing for them at that time.
Yeah, and like, just as luck would have it, he was the one who popped in that uh, no man mark zone and kind of scored that late winner for
Yeah.
Crystal Palace. So
Imagine.
yeah,
I think
that
it's
was that
it's
was
just
crazy.
meant
That
to
was,
be, right?
yeah,
Like, I mean, I think since the time we've known each other, we've never discussed Enketia
I
ever.
swear this was the first time we discussed Nketiah and his goal, and
It's
that's too like a
crazy.
season-defining goal.
Yeah.
So for Arsenal,
Yeah. It's like Origi. I think he had scored like a few season defining goals. He
yeah,
used to score one season defining goal every season for
yeah,
Liverpool, if
yeah,
I'm not mistaken, right?
yeah.
Enketia comes and does that. It is just like it's just meant to be in a way.
I completely agree.
But now we
But
should start watching Liverpool games together,
yeah, I know.
yeah.
Fair enough. But in fact, Nketiah actually came out and said that, like after the game, after he scored and everything, a lot of Arsenal players and backroom staff actually messaged him and congratulated him and all that, which is also kind of nice. Yeah, acha hai. It's
Mhm.
like everyone is so invested in the game, right? Like,
Yeah.
so
It
yeah,
also shows that they realize it's going to be so difficult for Liverpool to
correct,
drop points,
correct,
and
correct.
like
The
they are just
importance of the
jubilant
goal.
whenever they do. Yeah.
And it was very important because so many people were saying at the start of the week that if Liverpool wins this and Arsenal loses to Newcastle, which was a very high probability going
Hmm.
into the weekend, then literally Liverpool opens an 8 point gap, which would have been very, very difficult for Arsenal to claw back. Correct.
True.
So this weekend actually ended up being like a 6 pointer from
Hmm.
that potential 8 point gap to now a 2 point gap. So, and hence like a massive goal by Nketiah, I feel.
Don't worry,
So
United is going to beat Liverpool also 2 games
तेरे मुंह में घी शक्कर. That day I am
time.
a United fan.
We play better against bigger teams anyway,
Fair enough.
uh, so yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I mean, kudos to Crystal Palace. This is their 18th win in a like 18th game unbeaten in a row. Glasner is doing a phenomenal job. Again, playing three at a back, two in the midfield. So the system works. It is just the players and the interpretation of each manager of the system. Like, right? It's not
correct.
just players standing in those positions. How they are playing
Correct.
tactically also matters. So yeah, like all props to him and to the Palace transfer team. We were discussing while we were watching that they
Yeah.
just find adequate replacements for every star who leaves, and they are now one of those teams who's going to leave once, who's going to have one star leave every window now.
Correct.
You're like, we expect Wharton to go next season. Like they lost Etse this year, they lost Olise the year before, so it's
Correct.
going to now keep on happening, and just phenomenal.
So the only team I think that's undefeated this year so far, right?
Is it?
Crystal Palace. Yeah, I think I read it somewhere. Let's see.
Let me check.
Yeah, Crystal Palace, 3 wins and 3 draws.
Okay. Nice. I mean, yeah, of course they are undefeated because they are 18 games undefeated, but I didn't know whether they were the only ones.
Yeah, they are the only ones.
Mhm.
So basically, going into the game, Liverpool and Crystal Palace both were undefeated, and Crystal Palace came out on top. But crazy,
Nice.
yeah, undefeated, and if Arsenal wouldn't have won, they would have been second.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, so they
Do
have
you
12
see them
points.
sustaining this run? Like, do you see them being in the top five by the end
Top
of the
five, I
season?
think, is a little difficult. I feel it's a long season, right? Injuries will come into play and all of those things. I mean, and I feel actually the good thing is that every year you get one team which is kind of surprises you and actually pushes on the door or knocks on the
Hmm.
door of the top four, top five. Last year it was Nottingham Forest, and this year we have either Crystal Palace, I feel, or Bournemouth. But
Hmm.
Bournemouth actually do this weekend. So,
Hmm.
but Bournemouth are doing really well as well, according to me. So,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah. So, yeah. But
And
a
they
great
lost their
team.
whole defense and goalkeeper. Like, imagine Bournemouth, they
Yes.
recycled the whole defense and goalkeeper, and they are still
Correct.
doing very well.
True. 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 And some of these managers are doing so well. Yeah. Like I mean, I mean, it's kudos to all of them, right? They have worked very hard in actually uh, like taking like a mid to lower mid table teams and actually giving a tough fight to like the league leaders and like the likes of Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal. It's tremendous, yeah, the kind of work that these managers are also doing and their staff, like support staff, is doing. So
So
yeah,
I think
props.
what has happened is that because now there is such a big gulf between the EPL and every other league.
Yeah,
Like when we started watching football, we used to have four or five really good managers managing the top teams in England, and then the other good managers would be working in other, like, non-Barcelona Real team or non-Milan Juventus teams in Italy, or like non-Bayern teams in Germany. But now, because the financial disparity is so much, even the mid-table teams can afford to pay them and offer that kind of opportunity, so that like a manager like Iraola or Emery or Glasner, who came in from Frankfurt, all these guys prefer to actually compete. So the overall quality of managers, I think, on average, has improved in the EPL as a function of the revenues.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, absolutely, yeah. Like very true. Let's move to the next game. Any
Uh,
final thoughts on the Crystal Palace Liverpool game?
one is that, of course, being a United fan, I'm happy that I did not have to listen to Varun praising Liverpool and sharing nice articles and stats about them on our group.
Yeah, to clarify,
Not this
Kanyagar, so
Varun, not this
fans,
Varun,
he's
another
not talking
Varun.
about me. There's one more Varun
We have another
who's a
friend
Liverpool fan.
who's a Liverpool fan. We had requested him to join us for the session today, but he couldn't. But we will definitely have him with us one of these days, and I can promise entertainment in that particular episode, guaranteed. Uh, so yeah, like so of course, yes, and as we were discussing also, that you can only win so many games by scoring
Correct.
late winners. Like, it has to stop somewhere. Either you start winning more comfortably or you will lose. And Liverpool had to like face the second option this weekend. And yeah, hopefully, like, let's see how they recover or bounce back from this defeat.
Do you think? Of course, I mean, I feel asking this question to a Liverpool fan would have been better. But do you feel that he should move Saboslai back to the right back position and then get play Wirtz in the middle instead of Saboslai, and then play someone like Gakpo or someone on the left? Should he revert to that kind of a formation that he played against Arsenal or couple of other league games that he was using that formation, like kind of a system in?
So I think one thing is that they did miss Ekitike, who was suspended for this game.
Correct.
He has been sort of driving from the front for this team. Uh, I would actually drop Words and play Gakpo right now. Like, Words has not settled into the league. He is not settled into the team, to the pace of the game. So just like bring him on as a sub, just give him a few minutes here and there, like let him be more comfortable. And then when you see him like doing well in the smaller games, like the cup games, or give him opportunities against, like, uh, let's say, lower profile games, then let him build his confidence up, because it's not easy to come to England from Germany, uh, where you are the shit, like
Correct.
he was the main guy in the league in a way, and now he's just a part of a lot of shit in a way, uh, not literally, but like, he has so much talent around him in the team that he needs to like build that chemistry and work on that. So I would actually continue Suboslai there in the number 10 position, and I would play Gakpo instead of Words on the left.
Got it. Got it. In fact, Words actually missed a very easy chance in the second half when
Mhm.
the score
Mhm.
was 1-0.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Great. So the next game is Nottingham Forest Sunderland, where
Mhm.
Sunderland actually played well and actually won 1-0. And this was the only clean sheet that the only team that kept a clean sheet over the weekend. So, yeah, again, like a tough situation for all the FPL managers where none of their defenders would have gotten the clean sheet unless it was a Sunderland defender.
Sunderland. And you
Yeah,
would normally not have a Sunderland
you won't
defender.
have a Sunderland. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
No, but I want to highlight the player who I think is signing of the season until now, it's Xhaka. I think he's been phenomenal. If I'm not mistaken, he's leading the league jointly for number of assists. He just controls the tempo of their game so well and sprays passes here, there, everywhere. And like complements with his midfield partner very well because his midfield partner like runs for two people. So that allows Xhaka to just do what he does best. No red cards. Like it's like a player transformed from what he was at Arsenal. And the fact that a promoted team could get a player of his profile, could convince him to play for them, also indicates the kind of ambition in the project at Sunderland.
Correct.
So yeah, like again, all props to them and the other promoted teams. Forest again, third game of Ange's tenure, and still no results. But it's early days, and he's doing like a 180 change of the playing philosophy with players who are suited more to the older philosophy. So it might take time. Let's see how that goes. But I'm sure, like how with Amorim and all the other managers, if the results don't come, the media circus will start.
Correct. I'm really not sure how good a decision it was for Nottingham Forest to actually assign Ange as their manager. He is, I don't know, like I kind of, with the way he performed with Spurs also kind of a thing, it wasn't that great in the league. I don't know whether it was the right decision for Nottingham Forest to do that. Of course, time will tell. But yeah. But yeah, I completely agree with you on Xhaka. Like Xhaka, I mean, even for Arsenal, the last couple of seasons before he left, he was doing really well, right? In that inside left channel that now, which is occupied by Declan Rice, right? So, and then at that point, even he had started scoring goals for Arsenal.
Mhm.
So, I think again, as you said, a very shrewd signing by Sunderland, and a person who has played in the Premier League before knows how what to do, how to do it, and of course, with age, his temperament has become a little better as well. So, which is another positive. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Next game is Wolves versus Spurs versus Wolves. 1-1 draw. I feel a game where I think Spurs again kind of missed an opportunity to actually win the game and move ahead in the table and kind of cement or get a grip on the in the race for the top four, right? I think especially um, with Chelsea dropping points and United dropping points, I think it was a great opportunity for Spurs to actually win this game and actually kind of take a run ahead in the top four race. But yeah,
Yeah, I feel like it's just a very inconsistent league in a way now. Like everyone
yeah,
is dropping points one weekend and then winning points the other one and then dropping points again. As a United fan, it suits me very well because then it just means that United are
exactly.
not
Yeah,
distanced away. Uh, but but it as a neutral, it makes for exciting viewing because then you know that anyone can win, and that is the beauty of sport, like watching sport, where you don't know the result. It's not a foregone conclusion.
correct. Also, another game in which there was a stoppage time goal. So basically, Wolves were leading 1-0, and then Spurs scored in the 94th minute to equalize. So another late goal in this game, and there were quite a few this weekend.
Yeah, as I mentioned in the intro, this is the weekend with most number of late goals ever in the history of EPL. Like
Yeah,
80 minutes and later.
yeah, true. But that's exciting viewing, right, for the
Yeah,
fans. So it's
true,
and
true.
most of them goals were in a way that they would
Decisive
turn the
goals.
result. Yeah, they were
Yeah,
decisive goals, correct?
yeah,
So yeah, adds to the drama of the Premier League.
true.
Um,
Guys, that's why we discuss the EPL and not the other leagues so frequently.
yes, yes. So let me just quickly have a look at the table.
You want
So
to discuss Villa and Arsenal first?
yeah, I was just looking at Spurs and Chelsea and United
Hmm.
and Newcastle. Okay, fine. Let's do that once we are done with the other couple of fixtures. So the next one is Villa at home to Fulham, and finally a good result for Villa. And I think this is their first win of the league so far.
Yeah,
So
I think it's
and
the
scoring
first
three
win of the
goals.
season, if I'm not mistaken.
Sorry,
It's the first win of their season, no?
first win of the season. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So and that too is like a good 3-1 victory. It wasn't um like a मर मर के नहीं जीत रहे हैं ये लोग.
I mean, it was 1-1 for quite some time, and then Villa scored 2 goals. So it was not like a very dominant victory start to the end in terms of scoreline. But again, like as we were discussing, Watkins scores, so it's very critical for them that Watkin can be that guy who's going to put in, bang in the goals and like be the focal point of attack.
Correct, correct, correct. So what I meant was like by 51st or 55th minute or something like that, they were already
Hmm.
3-1 up. Correct.
Hmm.
It was just about then securing the game, kind of a thing. It wasn't like a last minute smash and grab kind of a win that a lot of other teams did this weekend, but
Yes.
relatively more comfortable.
Hmm. True.
Um,
And hopefully this can kickstart their campaign
their
also.
season, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So the
Yeah.
next game, of course, for me, the
Nice
highlight of the
segue.
week.
Yeah, nice segue into a smash and grab win.
Yes, it was a perfect smash and grab, right? Like it was like uh, yeah. For me, it was the game of the weekend. Only second to the India Pakistan game, which was so basically, I was watching this, and of course, the TV had the India Pakistan game on,
Mhm.
and then we were watching the Newcastle Arsenal on the iPad, and it
Mhm.
was all of us, right? It was me, my dad, Vishesh, all of us watching both the games together.
Mhm.
So it was super fun. Yeah, it was a great Sunday evening.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
But did you feel that Arteta let the handbrakes off? Like I could see it was more attacking. At least that's what I
yes,
felt.
yes. I mean, relatively yes, but again, I wasn't very like I wouldn't agree with the starting lineup that he actually put out in this game. Look, I don't think Trossard actually plays well when he starts the game. Correct. I think he's more like a super sub rather than a person whom you want to start with. I
But
would
your
have
alternate is also a super sub, na Martinelli.
no, so I would have played Eze on the left
Okay.
instead of playing Trossard or Martinelli on the left.
And then who plays in the center?
And I would have played Ethan as the right inside,
Inside half.
basically,
Yeah.
which is the Odegaard role.
Hmm.
So you get extreme creativity at both the positions.
Yeah.
What Arteta did was he was playing Eze in that Odegaard role, and then he was playing Trossard as the wide left,
Hmm.
which, according to me, he did it against City as well, and it didn't work for a majority of the game.
Hmm.
Uh, but something that Arteta should look at. Again, I think we started really well, and there were a lot of controversies in this game. There was a massive controversy where Nick Pope actually fouled Gyökeres, and the referee gave a penalty, but that penalty was overturned by VAR. And according to me, it was a clear cut penalty. First of all, because VAR is only supposed to, you can only change a decision in VAR, or VAR is only supposed to kind of refer a decision back to a referee if it's kind of clear and obvious error. In this case, it wasn't a clear and obvious error, and that is was clearly understood because the referee, when he went and saw the screen, he himself took like 4 minutes after seeing 10 replays.
Hmm.
Correct. if it is that clear and obvious, even the referee would have kind of come to his decision very early, right? Like, I mean,
So
the
I
whole
think like we should stop, uh, even though it says that VAR is used for a clear and obvious error. I think we should just stop expecting that it's going to be the case. Like
forget that.
so
For,
many offsides, which are like, like a sleeve, like this much of a sleeve is like off, and then that's not a clear and obvious error. And that's
forget
just
that.
one example, right? Like, so I don't think VAR is actually implemented in a way where it's checking clear and obvious errors. But on that note, I was reading Mike Dean's analysis and then another ref's analysis on Sky Sports, and both of them claimed that the decision was correct.
Yeah,
Forget the
this is
fact that,
not correct.
no, like the post VAR decision was correct.
What?
That yeah, both of them
What?
said that
Okay.
because Nick Pope actually got the ball, one, and second because he had planted his feet in the ground, so he didn't actually go for the tackle where he's like putting his feet on the feet of the other player. That were the two reasons why it should not be a penalty.
So if you look at this game, so the thing is, if Gyökeres touches the ball first, it was Gyökeres who touched the ball first. After Gyökeres touched the ball, it kind of nicked Nick Pope's leg, correct? But that doesn't mean it's not a foul, correct? It was still
No,
a foul.
I agree it should be a penalty.
And I'll just tell you references because last year the same thing happened against Arsenal. So it was Arsenal versus Brighton, where actually Saliba hit the ball, correct, but still the penalty was awarded against Arsenal, right? So technically, it's basically different rules for different teams then, right? Because in one, there's no consistency of how you are
Yeah,
implementing the rules.
yeah. So I
So
don't think it's different rules for different teams. I just think it's like all ad hoc. Like it's just different rules whenever like it becomes very
currently it
subjective.
seems like different rules for different teams because all of these decisions, however it is, ends up going against Arsenal. That whole last season, the whole like that whole drama about kicking the ball.
Kicking the ball away, yeah, I
And
remember.
I think we were the only team that got two red cards because of it. Yeah, I mean that was so stupid. And both the times it wasn't the fault of our players, kind of a thing, right? So apparently, just and I don't understand what is happening even in terms of appointment of the referees. Now, this referee called Jared Gillett, and
Mhm.
this guy is clearly a touted Liverpool fan, correct? And because of which, like he is supposedly acclaimed to be a Liverpool fan, he agrees that he's a Liverpool fan. Because of which, he's not allowed to referee any of the Everton games, right? Because of the rivalry.
Rivalry.
Now, with the same guy, you are asking him to referee a game of Arsenal, who are in the title race with them, right? And everyone knows it's going to be a title race between these teams, right? How and why is that happening? And that too, it's not just one game.
But was he the
Out
VAR
of
or was he the main referee?
he was the main referee.
But then he had given the penalty, na?
No, my point is not that. My point is even if it's not one game, he has refereed 4 out of the 6 games for Arsenal so far, and this cannot be coincidence, right?
Yeah, yeah. No,
Like
it's assignment. It's not a coincidence.
exactly, right? Like, so you are assigning a touted Liverpool fan as a referee, and you are assigning 4 out of the first 6 games in which Arsenal is playing. It's ridiculous, yeah. Like, I mean, there's something that needs to be done. Otherwise, I feel these referees are like PGMOL is like a mafia, man. Like they decide who wins the league, who doesn't win the league, rather than the players and the managers kind of uh, doing the same.
Do you know what Real Madrid has been doing for like a season or two?
What is that?
After every game, so they have been annoyed with the refereeing in La Liga,
Hmm.
claiming that the decisions are going against them because they are Real Madrid, and it's like a vendetta against their team.
Hmm.
For like by the Spanish Federation for like the whole this thing Super Cup and Super League, whatever that was called, and everything,
Yeah.
right? So after every game, Real Madrid TV does its own analysis of the refereeing decisions, and they like make out clips and like reels and stuff and post it on social media. Of course, the long form video is there, and they're like doing like hardcore zooming in and all these kinds of things, and they're legit calling it out.
Crazy. I think Arsenal should start doing something similar,
Yeah, no,
but
I
they will be
think
fined like crazy.
yeah. Like you need to have like the balls to do it, I guess. Like Real
Yeah,
Madrid, they have those balls to do it. It's very difficult to do it in a league like EPL
yeah,
where everything is so much controlled
yeah, yeah.
and supposedly democratic.
Correct. But yeah, coming back to the game, I mean, going into the 80th minute and the score was 1-0 in favor of Newcastle. I was like, yeah, it's going to be a terrible score line, yeah, if we kind of end the game like that. And honestly, when I actually saw Saka being removed, and so Saka was removed, and then Zubamendi was removed, correct, and then Marino came on, and this one came on, Odegaard came on, and I was like, yeah, these Zubamendi could have stayed. I was wanting to remove Trossard, correct, but Trossard then went and started playing wing back
Hmm.
at that point, and and I was like, yeah, like so this is where this is to your point where did Arteta let the handbrakes
Hmm.
off? And this is what, according to me, was like, huh, like this was like a, like him throwing everything in there, where he was
Hmm.
like, it's okay, I'm going to play Trossard as a winger, as a fullback,
Wing back, yeah.
yeah, and I'm going to kind of go all in with this kind of a thing, right? And because he knew that you needed someone like Marino in the box to kind of take care of the chances that probably
Hmm.
someone like that kind of provides.
Hmm.
So I think eventually it turned out to be a master stroke where Declan Rice gave in that amazing cross and Marino scored the first goal, right? So that was that, and of course the set piece again came to our rescue in the stoppage time where Gabriel again scored like a brilliant header. So
I
yeah,
think teams should be paying over the top to get the Arsenal set piece coach on
I
their own
swear
team.
it, dude. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it is crazy.
totally, totally.
Like
And
imagine the height that City have in their team, and imagine
yeah,
this set piece coach with them. Like the
correct,
quality of balls that can be put in by some of the players, the height that they have. It is
correct.
insane.
So there was a rumor that when Arteta was at City, he was pressing a lot to Guardiola that let's focus more on set pieces.
Okay.
But then, of course, Arteta left City, joined Arsenal, and Guardiola is not the kind of manager that focuses on um,
Set pieces a lot.
set pieces a lot, right? So that change never happened at City, but then Arteta implemented that at Arsenal and hired the set piece specialist.
Mm.
So yeah, but great dude. But I still listen. Like I still feel that we need to work on our open play game. I really feel that uh, somehow we need to improve it because even yesterday, right, for a majority part of the game, if you ask me how many clear cut chances did we score or how many clear cut chances did we actually create, I would be like max one or two. Right, there was one in the first half where Trossard hit the box, hit the cross, hit the pole, but and there was probably one of them in the second half. But apart from
There were a
that,
couple of chances to Eze also, no?
but I won't say they were like it was a good shot by Eze. It wasn't like a. It was more like a good shot by Eze after like a rebound from a corner or like a clearance from a corner, but it wasn't like a clear cut chance created in the open play.
And that one where uh, this guy Rice like sort of looped in the ball from the center, from the outside of his foot like this,
Yeah,
and Pope made a very good save.
yeah. So that was the other one,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
that's something. There were like max two chances in the game that were like
No, yeah. Pope made so many, like 4 or 5 very good saves in the first half. No,
he made good saves, but those
yeah.
chances were not out of like good open play creation kind of a thing. So that's what I'm saying. Eze had couple of really good shots, but those were like kind of from clearances from corners. So like how Newcastle is trying to create a clear the corner, but
Hmm.
the ball falls
Yeah,
to
yeah. The
Eze
second ball comes to Edge
the
and he
second ball.
takes it
Yeah,
out.
exactly. So that kind of chances. Uh, but if you see like proper open play chances, like very few kind of a thing, and that's where I think
Hmm.
they really need to improve. We are too reliant on set pieces right now, and the game in which probably we don't convert these set pieces, we are kind of struggling to score goals. It happened against Man City as well. We didn't kind of convert any of the set pieces, and we were really struggling to score. It would
Hmm.
have happened against Newcastle as well, and Liverpool was another example where we were kind of without the set piece kind of a thing. We were kind of struggling a little bit. So, yeah, some like that's an area of improvement I feel from here on if we actually have to win the title.
And what do you think about Newcastle's performance?
I think they play well, yeah. They played well, but I usually feel, yeah, they are super charged up for such games, yeah. Like, I
Hmm.
mean, for them also, it's more like I don't think the problem for them is to turn up again in bigger games. I think the
Hmm.
problem for them is to actually win the games versus other mid-table and lower table teams. That is something that they need to get consistent at. So, yeah.
How is that the new forward that they have, Nick Voltamidi?
He played well, yeah. He did really well. He was giving some problems to Gabriel and Saliba and the other centre back as well, the one who started.
Hmm.
Um, and in fact, he scored the goal as well, right? So, uh, I mean, but again, I think need to give him more time to settle in, right? He just came in like
Hmm. Big
um,
transfer fee.
yeah, give him some time, let him settle in, and then probably let's judge him 6 months down the line.
Yeah. Also,
To
he knows that he was like probably the seventh or eighth choice target
correct,
for them, right? Like
correct,
they had
correct,
so many
correct.
other targets before, so that also like doesn't give you a lot of confidence.
True, true. But yeah, the league is in a good place right now. Let's quickly have a look at the table.
Hmm.
Last 5 minutes. Let's just okay. So Liverpool, Arsenal, of course, down to 2 points over here. Crystal Palace
No
doing really
Reds.
well. Yeah. Crystal Palace, Sunderland, Bournemouth. We discussed these three teams, right? Like how
Hmm.
well these guys are doing. Um, I mean, all kudos to the manager and the staff and everyone. Like the players are performing really well. Um, Tottenham. This is what I was saying. Like Tottenham win their game against Wolves, and
Hmm.
they would have been 13 points as well,
Yeah.
and would have opened up like a good 5 points gap to Chelsea and 6 point gap
Six
to
point gap
United,
to United. Yeah.
and 7 points to like Newcastle and Aston Villa,
Hmm.
right? So that would have been great results for Tottenham. I feel for that top four race. Now with Tottenham dropping points, Chelsea dropping points, and United and Newcastle dropping points as well. So the gap between these five teams is not too much. So if
Hmm.
you see, Chelsea is just 1 point ahead of United,
Hmm.
in spite of media creating such a hype about United's results and all of those
Yeah.
things. United is just 1 point behind Chelsea and literally 3 points behind City, which is not that bad if you
Hmm.
look at the bigger picture kind of a thing, right? So, see, again, you get three good results now, the things can really change.
Yeah.
The entire mood around the club can change. Everything can change really fast. So,
We
yeah.
are going to win Sunderland. We are going to win Liverpool, and then we are going to win whatever the next game is. I don't remember
I don't know about Sunderland, but I really hope you guys win
that.
against
No, we are
Liverpool.
going to. We are gonna win Sunderland also. We need to close that gap as well.
Fair. You guys need to close that
Yeah.
gap as well. Fair
I
enough.
never thought I was gonna use those words together in a sentence ever, but
Fair
it is
enough.
the
Fair
reality
enough.
of our lives.
Yeah. Any final words on the weekend results, Manan?
I think very exciting weekend. Like it kept you on your toes until the very last minutes. So many late goals, so many surprising but good results, and I just hope for more of the same coming up in the next few weeks. The only thing I would wish to change is that United wins instead of losing.
Fair enough.
To be honest, right now I'm at a stage where we win like three games, three scrappy games where performance is not so good. I just want wins now.
A win is a
Uh,
win, yeah. A win is a
yeah,
win.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it gives confidence to players. Yeah. Like players start playing
Yeah.
more confidently, they have more belief, and it really shocks me. It's not even a surprise that such highly paid professionals and very experienced professionals, and this I'm talking about in the context of Manchester United, they are so mentally fragile. And like, it's not a new thing. Like, it's been the case for players at United for a long time now. They are so mentally fragile, uh, and that is leading to a lot of the inconsistency as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, one game they play well, one game they play terrible. So it's
Yeah,
like, so Amorim also said in one of his press conferences, right? Like, I don't know which kind. I think you were telling me, or someone else was
yeah.
telling
I
me.
was telling you. I was telling you.
That I don't know which United team is going to turn up today.
Yeah,
So if the
yeah,
manager is in that kind of state of mind, imagine the fans, right? Like
yeah.
it's so yeah. I can understand, man.
Yeah. But I feel like despite all the media surface, he has the backing of the players. Uh, like a couple of players have come out since the weekend to talk about the result, and they've said that it is not the system, it is us who are not implementing the system well.
Yeah.
Uh, so I feel he has the dressing room on his side. It seems like he has the ownership on his side as well. Jim Ratcliffe wants to give him the whole full season. Uh, Jason Wilcox, I think recently, like a week or 2 weeks back, he actually made a public statement that I hope that the owners give us time for the project that we are trying to set up. So, uh, like all of these guys still seem to be bound together, and trying to work on the same direction. And I am fairly confident that it is going to work out eventually. It just we need to uh, figure out what our threshold for pain is. Basically, that's it. Like, and we,
Fair
as
enough.
in the club as a whole, like needs to figure that out.
I think more than the club, it's the fan channels, the ex players,
The
the
ex players
media.
and the media and everything is like a gone case, man. Like I don't even bother giving my
No, but
time
that's
to them.
that's that's what puts pressure
Yeah,
on the manager, on the players, eventually to some extent, right? See, everyone
yeah,
in
yeah,
this
yeah,
social
hundred
age of
percent.
social media, you cannot kind of
Stay
isolate
away
yourself
from it.
from these things, right? So
Yeah,
everything plays a part in your mental psychology.
yeah.
So yeah,
Like Christian Eriksen came out last week to comment on the fact that I mean he's not even at United anymore. Like all the ex players just like talking shit doesn't help the current players at all. Made a public statement. So there's so much noise, which you expect. Like you don't want like you can't want to be like super popular and famous and then want there to be no noise as well. Like, it goes hand in hand. So it's just part and parcel of being a popular club, a popular team, and the
correct,
players need to understand how to deal with it now. Like it's high time.
correct, correct. Fair enough. Okay, let's wrap it up.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Let us know what you think about the weekend results. Would love to hear from you all. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.